Okay, next we're going to check the rudder pedal struts and footrests, and we're going to inspect those for damage, wear, proper alignment, clean and lubricate if necessary. These are the footrests here. The struts are on the back. And I held these in with some aluminum pins and push nuts. And they're basically the same design as the ones on the back of the Cessna pedals, except for these are a three-piece design, so these go on. There's little brackets on the back here that hold them in place. So I got a little spacer here. Just make sure that these are not moving around or anything like that. Moving around a little bit, but that's to be expected. Otherwise it wouldn't be able to actuate. Pilot side. Looks good. Okay, so next the rudder main actuator. So we'll inspect for damage, wear, proper alignment, mounting flanges, mounting hardware, clean and lubricate bearings, connecting rods, rod seats for damage and wear, inspect the main stem return springs and spring mounts, and clean and lubricate as necessary. Okay, so we'll start on pilot side over here. That's this assembly that goes to this. So I'm looking here. I just used a coat hanger and put a little loop in there and then bent it 90 degrees, a little bit over 90 degrees, and stuffed it and drilled a little hole and stuffed it in there, and that keeps it from coming out. Seems to be okay. The spring mounts, they seem to be secure. Springs look good. Everything looks good over here. Alright. So now we'll go over here to the co-pilot side, do the same thing. This is going pretty good. Almost done here. Alright, this side's a little bit different. I have to crawl right under here. And I'm looking at this. Back in here is the rudder potentiometer. It's right here. And for this, I just put a loop over it, and it just sits inside of this. This piece, I have no idea where I found this, but I put a set screw in it, and the coat hanger piece just sits down in this hole right here, and it seems to work really well. Alright, check out the spring mounts. They look good. The springs look good. Alright, that all looks good. Checking out the wiring here. And I know this is the next item on the list, is the control board. So there's the control board, all the wiring. It all looks pretty good. And it doesn't look like any of the wires are interfering with the operation at all. And that reminds me, I want to look over here. Let's see, there I am, kicking this pedestal again. Talked about that in the last episode. Alright, and I'm looking at the wiring here just to make sure it's not going to bind up with anything here. And the last item on this list here would be to reinstall the dust covers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just have to make sure that this is out of the way when I put it back in. looks like it sits in there pretty good. Got this covers on there. This is the one that I was worried about right here. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Alright. And back here on this side, got the same thing going on. I can't cover the potentiometer because it might interfere with its operation. Alright, that looks good. In there and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. So that should keep all the dust out of there. Alright, and other than putting these side panels back on, I'm pretty much done. But I'm not going to put them on now because the next step is I need to take the firewall panels out here. Alright, you can see back in there, there's the subwoofer. I'm going to have to be getting to that probably next, I think. Now look at this here. Yeah, we're going to be looking at the firewall center support. The dash bulkhead, we're not going to be looking at that until we get to the back of it. And then we'll be getting under there. The parking brake assembly and the subwoofer. And honestly, all that stuff is just easier to inspect with those out of there because that means that I can get some extra light in there to see what I'm doing and a little bit of extra room. So that about does it for day 8. Thanks for watching.